Hey, it's Niamh of the Stay-at-Home Family, and we are continuing on Change Week. This is all about how you can create changes quickly in your life. Yesterday, we talked about how to map out your journey so you know exactly where you're going so that you can deal with some of the fears that pop up. But today we want to kind of dig into why people are afraid of change. Okay, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but it's important to kind of crack this open and understand so you can work with your brain rather than create a struggle inside yourself, right? So our brains are designed to keep us safe. So when something comes up, when a decision between maybe staying the same and changing comes up, our brains like to keep us staying the same. Why is that? Because right now they know that you are getting food, you are getting water, you are alive, right? The brain tries to keep us alive and safe. Now what happens over here if you decide to change? Well, the brain freaks out because they go, I don't know if you're going to be able to get food, water, and shelter. I don't know if things change, if something scary and unknown isn't going to happen. Now our brain fights against the unknown like nothing else. So right now you might not be very happy, but you know you can probably project forward that things are going to be okay. Right? Now, that's what your brain is going for. They're going for okay. They're going for alive. But you know what you have the option to go for? Is you have the option to go for extraordinary. Have you ever noticed that a lot of these, like, success stories online, a lot of them are like, I was homeless. And then I created massive success. I got to the point where I had 3 months to live and then created massive success and got my health back. I was at a point where I had $0 in my bank account. You know, these are all people who've got their backs against the wall. And what happens then is that they go through this realization moment that where they are right now is not safe. Right? And then they have an opportunity to say, okay, well, this isn't safe, so let's go for something else. And their brain supports them in that. Right? Their subconscious is working with them saying, yeah, buddy, this is not safe. We're not feeling like we don't have shelter. We don't have guaranteed food. We're out of money, so we might not have shelter or guaranteed food in the future. Dang, we better make a change right now. So what can you do if you're in an okay situation? And this is where I was. Right? I would go to Starbucks, I would come home, every month Starbucks would deposit money in my account, and yeah, it would go down to zero at the end of the month, but my brain knew that on the fourth Friday, there would be the deposit, there would be the deposit, there would be the deposit. And because of that, it was very hard to say, I need to make a change, because where I was, I knew I would always have that deposit, and I knew that I was, somewhat okay. Right, but then something happened that shook that up a bit. I was pregnant, so I was like, okay, so I know my income is going to go down while I go on maternity leave, okay, and I'd done all these spreadsheets to be like, okay, it's going to be okay, brain, don't freak out. But what happened is, like, when I was 6 or 7 months pregnant, I suddenly got this call from the HR department saying, even though we paid you maternity leave last time, we're not doing it this time because it's actually a mistake in the pamphlet, that someone made a mistake even paying you at all last time, and you're really lucky, we're not trying to get the money back, and there you have it. And I remember going, oh no! So I was like, I went from an expectation of being safe to suddenly, whoosh, it's gone. And actually that's what jobs are like. So if you're feeling very safe, and you're feeling like you don't have that motivation, you don't have that drive, you don't have that sorry, I'm getting notifications on my phone. You don't have that drive, you don't have that reason to really go for a change. The best thing you can do is send your brain as many signals as possible that where you are right now is not okay. So start to look at, guess what? The job you're in could be gone tomorrow. And that's true, that happens to people. That's actually why in a failing economy, so many home businesses absolutely thrive. It's because suddenly people get their backs against the wall and they have to make a new decision. So you start to sort of disconnect from where you are right now, from it feeling safe. You start to disconnect from that as you realize all the things that aren't the way you want them to be. And you start to get uncomfortable in your current situation saying, well, you know what? Like this, I don't get to spend enough time with my children, and that's not acceptable. That's just, you have to start telling yourself the things that aren't acceptable. You have to raise your standards a little bit, and you have to let that situation you're in now start to feel uncomfortable. And this is going back to yesterday when you made your roadmap. If you spend a lot of time throughout your day thinking about where you're going to end up, thinking about this goal location, this lifestyle that you're going to have, and it doesn't have to be lavish, it doesn't have to be immense, it just has to be the first change you want to make. So maybe that's retiring your husband, maybe that's retiring yourself, whatever. Start to imagine every day what that life is going to be like, what it's going to feel like. Allow your brain to spend some time there so that when you're not there and you're in your current situation, it's something like, hey, this is not okay. This is not where I'm supposed to be. So you start to envision that a lot throughout your day. You spend like half an hour a day envisioning that, thinking about what it's going to be like, rereading what you wrote, rewriting every day what it's going to be like, allowing your brain to spend time there. It will raise your standard of what is okay and what is safe. Because safe means that your family is safe. Safe means that you are looked after, that you are feeling okay on a day-to-day basis. So you have to stop feeling okay with where you are now, put your back against the wall, do something to make it feel uncomfortable, realize all the things that you don't like, and then create this beautiful place where everything is good. And your brain will start to attach to that and detach from this, and all of a sudden, whoa, you're finding yourself taking the steps necessary to get to that. Because without that motivation, you won't take the steps necessary. That's pretty much what it is. So I would challenge you to spend half an hour a day, starting today, spending time in your dream life. Just closing your eyes and spending time there. It's going to really massively increase your motivation. And the first couple times it might be uncomfortable because guess what? It's going to make you uncomfortable in your life. But that is a good thing. That is where change begins. In the uncomfortability of wherever you are now suddenly is not okay anymore. That you've raised that standard. And then you make the right decisions and you take the right steps towards success. And the first step towards success is clicking the link below this video so that you can learn exactly what we did to, when I was pregnant, when I just had my son and was in this kind of situation with my back against the wall, this is where we created our success. It was through 2 little secrets, which you'll see on the next page. It was through following step-by-step instructions and being part of a community of people who would help us raise our standard and help us create massive change. So your first step is to click the link below this video. I will see you on the next page. Bye.